Cernovich actually lives off alimony, which is fucking badass. Like he beat.
And somehow he argues that makes him not a cuck.
He's right. He's right. I agree with you. He beat the system.
Sounds like a cook.
No, dude, he's like fucking. You don't see a folk hero. I do. I have no words for it. He went up against the crooked judge Ellen Tao, the system that destroys fathers, and he came out the other side with enough money to write books like, The Baboon Lifestyle, exposing your red ass in the boardroom.
Can you imagine how awful it would be, or like a great attraction to invite him to like a party and be like, come over for this dinner party at my house. Oh, there's some wonderful friends of mine, and he comes in and takes his jacket off, and he's like, my mind is operating at a high level of equilibrium optimation. Let's take a pleasant stroll with Mike Cernovich. I see inferior creatures all around, living their worthless lives. I'm inhaling oxygen and processing it with far better efficiency than most mere humans.
See, like you're doing the alpha mindset voice of like a guy who talks like that or whatever, but like actual Mike Cernovich.
What does he sound like?
Oh yeah,
he sounds like this. He's going, when you use neurotropics, when I give it to my friends, they remember too much and they can't even go to sleep because my mind is working. He sounds like fucking Sylvester the Cat, basically.
Yeah. That's just like, hey, don't take ginkgo biloba after 8 p.m. Dumbass. Haven't you ever been to a hippie vitamin store? It's just like some asshole who found hippie shit.
Yeah. He's drinking green tea and he's like, this new brain serum gives me the power to move objects with my mind.
No, he says that shampoo is for cucks now.
I agree with
Shampoo is for cucks. Just never wash your hair. Well, yeah, Tim, you said you didn't know his tactics. You weren't familiar with him.
Because you didn't know about his mindset.
That was mistake number 1.
Yeah.
Mistake number 2 was not having strong mindset yourself.
Right, my strong gorilla mindset.
Yes. Yeah. Having strong gorilla mindset is the key to winning any battle that you may face in your life. And luckily, Mike wrote a whole book about this.
Do you have a better understanding of his what gorilla mindset? Because it's like...
Okay.
The first instinct is sort of being like, why would you want to have a gorilla? Like, that's a lower evolved brain.
Well, someone
That's
pointed out, they said
lesser
he named his mindset program after the only great ape that can't recognize itself in a mirror.
Okay.
Alone among the great apes, gorillas see a reflection and think it's a different gorilla. Everything else is like, oh yeah, that's me.
Well, that's interesting because there is a part of the book where he talks about talking to yourself in a mirror. And like sort of psyching yourself up.
And punching the strange man in your house.
So he doesn't have a lot of education on what a gorilla is. Like,
no.
He doesn't know much.
You just
about
think it's like a big bad ant.
It's like a hierarchical animal
Right,
that
alpha,
connotes virility,
alpha,
that kind of thing.
The logo he has where it's a gorilla and the gorilla has a third eye.
yeah.
The gorilla has some kind of mystical...
Well, that's the thing, is that the real meat of gorilla mindset is just like self-help garbage.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
Well, there's
it's just
also
regurgitated.
What was that great? There was that great review of the book where the kid was like, "This is incredible. I've done every rule. I've practiced it. It has caused a lot of problems. My family's not talking to me. My girlfriend left me. I lost my job." And really, he was totally sincere. He's like, "But this is the first step towards a new life."
Oh my God,
Tim, there's also like this.
You must destroy in order to create.
Also, there's kind of parable in the MRA world, some like pseudoscientific thing about a distinction between bonobo culture and I guess gorilla culture.
Well, no, but it's the bonobos and the chimps. The gorillas have nothing to do with it.
Oh, then I don't know where the gorillas are coming from.
Where are those? Pants? Bonobos?
Bonobos are the horny chimps. Bonobos are horny chimps.
Okay.
Basically, they fuck to create structure in their society.
I have too much to keep track of. I don't have to know about the different apes and gorillas and monkeys and stuff.
Rob, hopefully we can scar you emotionally here because I now have some selections from Gorilla Mindset, and I just hopefully like to explain to you and the listener what Gorilla Mindset is. Please this is from the introduction under a giant bold-faced headline titled "Why Gorilla Mindset is Different." Mike writes, "A gorilla is a powerful, dominant animal. We humans are known as great apes or human primates.
I say that all the time.
Rather than view our physical nature as something dirty or evil, I embrace my gorilla nature. This doesn't mean being a mindless brute. This means recognizing both mind and body are important for success and happiness. As you will learn in this book, mind and body are deeply connected. You cannot succeed in improving one without improving the other. This book is about embracing your gorilla nature to find dominance and power. But you will see that this primarily means power over yourself, not others. The third eye in the gorilla recognizes that he's mixing up a lot of metaphors. The third eye in the gorilla.
Gorillas have two eyes.
No, dude. Gorillas are known for their psychic powers. Gorillas invented DMT.
The third eye in the gorilla recognizes we are great apes who seek enlightenment. We want answers. These answers cannot be found in our mind or body alone. With gorilla mindset, you will recognize the power of unifying your body and mind. So yeah, basically, Mike is confused. I mean, I think does Mike think that human beings evolved from gorillas?
I mean, he seems to imply that, like we're basically different parts on the same continuum, which is not true.
What's funny to me, I mean, because I had not read that before, is like there's all kinds of there's not a lot of new ideas out there, and there are things in the world that like synthesize things that have happened before to positive effect, like Alcoholics Anonymous or like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. But what you just read is like the shittiest synthesis of like just fucking historical, motivating, whatever the fuck. That's what trash.
Well, Rob, you may be asking yourself, what is your mindset?
I am asking that, yeah.
Your mindset is a choice.
Yeah. I say that all the time.
Just by way of explaining that, like, just think of it this way. Those of you who have children, or even a playful dog...
Well, this is for you.
Yeah, I can relate to this. Are no doubt astounded. They wake you up with excitement and curiosity. My dog wakes me up in the morning by jumping on my bed and licking my face. He acts as if he hasn't seen me in weeks and that our day presents endless excitement. To him, it's as if chasing a ball is something that he has never done. My dog believes that each day offers unending possibility. In other words, my dog has an abundance mindset.
Canine mindset. Lick your taint at your office.
That's kind of cute. That part I can sign on to, but then he uses it to such a negative, hateful, insane. It's like he wrote that. It has some good ideas, and he was like, I think I'm going to ignore that for the rest of my life.
Well, I like that he says that the headline is your mindset is a choice, and then he uses the example of a dog, which literally doesn't have a brain or a choice in anything, and is just reacting to stimuli.
Have you ever noticed how dogs never choose negative thinking? They're very positive people.
So just, Rob, one last mindset tip for you here. This is called Gorilla Mindset Shift, Change the Conversation.
Okay.
To improve your self-talk. Oh, I forgot to describe what self-talk is. Self-talk is Mike's word for thinking thoughts. Like, you know how sometimes when you talk to yourself in your head?
That's literally what a caveman would describe that as.
Self-talk.
I'm doing self-talk instead of word talk. I am attacked by feral mob. I maintain control of self and mouth talk.
Okay. So now that we know that self-talk is having thoughts, to improve your self-talk, the first step is to recognize that you're actually engaging in self-talk. This may seem obvious, but how many times has your mind spiraled out of control? When an internal conversation starts, seize it. In Chapter 3, you will be given specific techniques to help you get into the moment. Write it down. Look at the piece of paper so you can literally see the things you are saying to yourself. Once you recognize that a conversation has started, take 4 actionable steps to improve your self-talk. The first of which is talk to yourself in a mirror. Do not attack your reflection. It is not another human being. It is, in fact, you. Do not attack your self-thoughts. They're in your head. Do not try to use a fork to get them out.
Under no circumstances will you use a power
Then
drill.
he does this stuff, and the thing that he says into the mirror is that date rape isn't real. I mean, what the fuck? By the way, for those who don't know who he is, that's not a Rob Delaney thought. That's a Mike Cernovich. That's like the first Google hit is like rapeisreal.com/Mike Cernovich.
Well, that first Google hit is actually that's his most famous tweet, and it's famous for a reason because in arguing that date rape isn't real, what Mike says is, have you ever actually tried to force yourself on a woman? It's impossible. And then he says, try it at the end.
Jesus! Isn't that illegal?
It's incredibly illegal.
Not to do, obviously it's illegal to do it. Isn't it illegal to command people?
once you realize how hard it is, you'll realize how fraudulent the concept is.
Yeah.
You'll give up
God.
immediately.
I think he means against like a grappling dummy or anatomy dummy or even the dog because it has abundance mindset. It will help you out.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
the dog
it'll be-
can choose to say no or yes, depending on its mood.
Like the dog wakes up excited every day because it knows that today can be the chance that the dog has to disprove false rape allegations.
I think the dog wakes up excited because it had a dream that Mike got hit by a car.
So that's just a brief snippet from Mike Cernovich's Gorilla Mindset. Probably
Wow.
the self-help book that I think is sort of like the template for the 21st century man.
Wow. I'm going to buy an e-copy to read on my phone and a hard copy for when the grid goes down.
Okay, so right now, for Matt and Felix and for the listeners, I'm just going to select randomly just a clip from hour 1 of Mike Cernovich reading Gorilla Mindset, and we're going to play it for you on the air. Just a quick hit, because I want to share this with you, the listeners. So let's go. Hold on 1 second.
When walking, it isn't something most of us are usually aware of. For example, we walk and we tend to land on our heels, and then we kind of fall forward, and then we kind of propel ourselves forward, and we're kind of off balance, but we don't really know what we do. But that's not actually the best way to walk. The way you want to walk is to be more on the balls of your feet. So you want to start walking a bit differently.
Okay, pause it.
Fucking way.
I'm pausing it. That was Mike explaining walking. That was Mike explaining walking. I'm going to jump back and jump ahead. I'm just going to select another random audio sample. Okay, here we go.
Because blank. It could be anything. Again, it doesn't matter. I'll give you an example. I'm going to go warm up my brain before work because I enjoy having clarity of thought and intense focus. Or I might say, I'm going to take a contrast shower because I want to feel invigorated. I'm going to get out of bed rather than hit the snooze button because I'm tired of being passive about life. Write out your affirmations. Type them out or write them out. It will make them more believable. It'll also put body to your thoughts. Your affirmation could even be an essay. For example, I'll read you the essay that I use. It's my own affirmation on life. Yes. I call it I will. Maybe this, maybe that. Maybe I'll be a contender. Mr. Maybe is the ultimate seducer. Mr. Maybe will whisper things in your ear. Tell you maybe you can. Maybe you can't. Maybe this is too hard. Maybe it won't work. Committing to Mr. Maybe is easy because it requires no risk. You can rationalize anything. But later in life, you're going to say, I could have been a contender. I could have done something. I don't listen to Mr. Maybe. There is no maybe. There is no might. There is no that sounds interesting. You're either in or you're out. There's the daily, hourly, minute-by-minute, unrelenting commitment. Make a commitment to yourself, starting this moment. It's a basic commitment that only requires 2 words. I will.
Okay.
That is
Mr. Maybe will maybe invite you out to have some pizza. Or drink some Jesus juice.
that is so like 14-year-old who self-harms Zanga. Like that is
He's combining Brando's speech from the end of On the Waterfront with Yoda from Star Wars. That was that affirmation. Okay.
he was always the weakest one. He never saved up his cum for his super serum.
All right, one more.
Leave the gun, take the alimony.
Just one more. Okay, here we go.
No place else I'd rather be. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. There's nowhere else I'd rather see. I'm telling myself, this is the person I want to be with. This is the place I want to be. And when you tell yourself this, believe it. Believe there's nowhere else you'd rather be and there's no one else you'd rather see. When you believe that, you can do it. Using those 2 mantras will help you develop deeper, longer-lasting connections. Again, mindfulness is not just some random concept about meditation.
Oh my fucking God! I'd rather see them on a plane. I'd rather see them on a train.
Oh my God,
he's so fucking good.
Oh, that's so good. We're gonna have to revisit this at a future day.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
gold.
God.
That's guaranteed content gold. For
There's 5 hours of this, by the way, on my hard drive.
Oh man, I know what I'm doing on my flight to Vegas, boys.
Oh my
flight
God.
next week.
Sorry, when he said mindfulness isn't just some concept, I lost it. Holy shit!
master. Fucking master.
God, I love him. He's so fucking good.
I'm starting to understand that he's able to make a living at this. Because if you listen to that and you think it's like actually insightful and meaningful, you could probably buy like enchanted beans from him if he sold them to you.
Yeah. Oh my God. How many times a day do you think people who bought this book fall for the dropped your pocket gag?
I remember yesterday when you skipped to a random one, Will, he was at some point where he was going like, just talk to yourself. I'm laying down. I'm listening to my own audiobook.
Oh my God.
He was like, just be aware of your surroundings. He's like, I'm in bed right now. I have my headphones on. I'm listening to an audiobook.
So wait a minute. So do like what your brain does naturally, only like just narrate it?
Remember to breathe. Remember to blink.
That's you know how those autonomic functions that your lower cerebrum does?
That is
just
literally
like basically make sure that they're doing them right.
Dude, Mike Cernovich has just reverse engineered the Carl Pilkington query. Am I in charge of me brain or is me brain in charge of me?
Yeah.
Oh, God,
it's
that's
so cool that like the president's son like listens to this and is like, no, Dad, this guy's great. He's
Who?
brilliant. Donald Trump Jr. is like a big Cernovich fan. Yeah, he is. And Michael
Flynn Jr., yeah.
And Michael Flynn.
And Michael Flynn, was like tweeted the Gorilla Mindset.
We would have been flying jets over Iraq and Syria, just kind of blaring out that audiobook at the people below.
There's something to that, though. There's something to that.
The world's most powerful military force in history is commanded by people who think that this is meaningful and insightful.
That's so
Just
cool.
think about what that means.
I think Brendan's idea, though, about having the PSYOP division blare it over Syria, like, you know what? If you're the type of person that would join ISIS, this would also probably appeal to you.
Oh, that's absolutely true.
And get you away from ISIS?
Yeah.
All right, so we did this on a previous episode, read by Weird Mike himself. So, like as we did before, I swear to God, I'm just gonna like play complete. I'm just gonna just jump to like completely random parts of the book and just listen to it, and we're just do 2 or 3 of these and just see what Weird Mike has to teach us. So,
I'm ready,
all right, I am ready. Senpai, teach me. All right, here we go.
Of who we spend our time with. Are the people you're spending your time with bringing you closer to your goals? Are they leading to more happiness and fulfillment in your life? Are the activities you engage in bringing you closer to your goals?
No.
A lot of times we're just mindless and we don't think about it, and we waste a lot of time, or we let people take advantage of us, and that has to stop. Because focus has to be ruthless. You have to cut out everything that doesn't bring you closer to your goals.
He sounds like Bruno Kirby in Spinal Tap.
In life. For example, you don't set a goal to die in a car crash.
Stop! Air horn. You don't set a goal to die in a car crash.
If you do that, you'll die in a car crash. Look at me. I'm immune to car crashes.
Yeah, if you only orient yourself towards things that don't result in you dying in a car crash, you will never die in a car crash.
All right.
This is great.
I'm skipping ahead now.
Oh, man. His brain is so good.
I also run a fan. I get hot at night, so I have a fan blowing on my face at night.
Oh, well, I do that too.
That makes
Everyone
me
does
sleep
that.
well. You can also get a humidifier next to your bed, especially when it's very dry out. Right now, I live in a very humid climate, so I don't have that problem.
After I take my clothes out of the washer, I put it in a dryer.
Trash goes in the trash.
Your life in bed. Have you thought about how much money you spend on your bed? Do you have the best quality mattress that you can afford? I don't have a relationship.
Come on down to Sealy's.
I'm not trying to eat a
Folks, the CapsuleMattress.com. They'll send you a fantastic mattress.
Hey, what the fuckers? How's your mindset doing? Before we get in our interview with Barack Obama, I want to ask you. So, what are your affirmations, man? Do you set out to die in a car accident?
First audiobook to have commercials built into it.
Yeah.
But we know for a fact that Cernovich spends 20 hours a day at a desk with a periscope going. That is not fucking rigorous.
I like to imagine a very high-powered fan like blowing on his face as he sleeps.
The Dyson Airblade is creating new waves in my brain all the time. I sleep in a wind tunnel.
He's got one of those like Craftmatic beds, and he makes it into a V with his legs and head up.
Whatever you do, do not walk into the Dyson Airblade. That will take you into the mirror dimension.
No one make the plan to stick the head in the Dyson Airblade.
Though it may seem tempting, putting your nutsack in the Dyson Airblade. Everyone wants a smooth nutsack, but it is impossible. And accepting that about yourself is the first step towards having a brain that does not wish to die in a hot air balloon accident.
All right, let's do two more selections.
Yeah,
okay, here we go. This is another, again, completely random.
You're going to play with your own money. Play with other people's money. Play with house money.
Yeah, man.
That's
Yeah.
when you make the real big money. So we want
The
to
real
become
big
an
money.
investor, not a trader, and I'm going to tell you how to do that.
Oh.
It's real simple. Dollar cost average into low cost index funds.
The secret
Dollar
is
cost
revealed.
averaging just means you buy into the market in low cost mutual funds at regular intervals. I'm going to buy at such and such date. For example, I buy low cost funds every 3 months, like clockwork.
What? That's horrible. That's the worst advice I've ever heard. When you want to invest in shares, you can't go wrong with the stock market. But when it comes to stocks, don't forget about supply and demand.
You gotta buy stocks if you want to get in the stock market.
It's like, why would you want to make a little bit of money in the stock market when you could make a lot of money in the stock market?
The big problem people run into is they buy things high and then they sell them either high or in the worst case low. You will lose money if you do this.
All right, this one is from the beginning of the book.
There are days I still feel like the fat kid who was afraid to walk home from school. But here I am, successes, failures, and flaws, and all their shame and all their glory.
Hell yeah.
So maybe you'll find the answer to what you're looking for. But I'm going to ask you, isn't it time for you to get serious? If you want to change your mindset, you have to know what is mindset. Mindset is a set of assumptions, methods, or beliefs that you live by, and what other people live by, and that it modifies your behavior and changes your behavior. In other words, if you have certain mindset beliefs, you're going to behave according to those beliefs.
Yeah.
Imagine a computer.
So true.
Monitor, keyboard, and processor are the hardware. Without any software to run it, your computer would be worthless. Your body is your hardware, and your mindset is your operating system.
No. Jesus Christ.
What the fuck are you talking
Once
about?
again, mindset. Mike is just describing having
a
thoughts.
fucking brain.
Having a fucking
It's
brain.
having higher consciousness.
Some people they go about their lives regularly. Me? I have a organ evacuation period.
And I make the active decision to get rid of the waste that's in my body that is not being used productively, because we have to operate at 100% if we're going to achieve greatness. And we can't do that if we have a bunch of brown fecal matter sitting in our lower intestine.
I know that if I don't momentarily close my eyes every few seconds, my eyes are going to dry out.
I have total body awareness. I can feel every muscle in my rectal area, and I command it to push the fecal matter down and not up. If you do up, it's just going to go up to your stomach, and it's going to cause a lot of problems for your posture.
Yeah, and I keep it closed when I'm not I'm sitting on a toilet, because if I opened it up randomly at any point of the day, I'd be shitting my pants.
The biggest thing you're going to want to look out for while you are trying to achieve your goals in business and relationships is for your heart to continually pump blood through your body. If you do not do this, your brain is going to stop working, you will stop breathing, and you will cease to be alive. And it is very hard to accomplish your goals as a dead person. People have done it, but it's not the best. It is not the optimum position to
But
try
the thing
from.
that takes the most amount of work and most amount of mental focus and concentration is when I see like a 6 or 7-year-old boy walking around the street. I have to remind myself he is not to be fucked. He is off limits. He is off limits. I have to keep telling myself that. Fuck you, Mike.
Yeah, go fuck yourself for a bit.
Fuck you forever and ever. I want to be an 80-year-old man sending out the message, fuck you, weird Mike. You're never getting away with what you did to Vic Berger. You piece
Go
of shit.
fuck yourself.